Guys, we're not watching Alpha and Omega today. Dude, thank God. I cannot handle looking at these kids any longer. Instead, I'm gonna be looking at this. Ew! Today we're watching Mommy, I'm a Zombie. Now there are two of them, and for some reason I just could not remember which one was the first one, so I originally started watching the second one and was like, no, I thought this was different. Yeah, I was watching the second movie instead of the first one. We start off the movie with a very slow pan, and you can just hear all these parents fighting in the background.
I can't, Phil.
Just wait.
I can't. I am not doing this anymore.
I guess the dad runs a morgue, and the wife is just kind of tired of like smelling all these dead bodies. And it's just pretty much leading up to them having a divorce. They eventually wake up their daughter because of all their yelling. And it's in this moment that we get the very first words from our main character. Then we just jump into the future for a undisclosed amount of time. We see that the dad is still running the morgue.
Good morning. Did you sleep well, Mr. Rudolph?
But he's running the morgue like not normally. He keeps the bodies like up floor and they're just regular house. Is it a regular morgue like they keep it downstairs instead of keeps them up there with them and then he just like kind of go eat cereal in the next room over? Now the dad comes to wake up his daughter, Dixie. We see now that she has turned into a goth baddie.
Come on.
Now, she is supposed to be 13, but she does not look 13. She looks like she's running on 45 to 47. It takes way longer than it should to get her out of bed, to the point where he has to bribe her out of bed with these tickets to the fair.
Why don't you invite her to the fair on Saturday? I've got 2 tickets.
Now remember this. We cut abruptly. She is out of her room. She's coming to talk with her dad, who is still decorating a corpse. And we are fully made to believe that we are going to hate Dixie. She's the most insufferable 13-year-old. An average 13-year-old, I guess. She's just pretty hateful.
Always kissing up to her. It's gross. And then there's his horrific little daughter.
Pretty much just kind of just talk shit about her mom and her boyfriend and their whole new family that they have. And it's just like, girl, I'm not rooting for you. Just calm down. The hormones going crazy. Just chill out. Just chill out, okay? And then they just kind of cut away to where now they are on the way to school. She wants to be dropped off before school. Her dad is just kind of like trying to be a motivational speaker. I guess he just kind of says a bunch of weird things. Like this is what he says.
You attract what you put out, dear.
Like a magnet.
You attract what you put out there, just like a magnet. Trying to co-opt her like bad behavior, bad attitude. Dixie's just like, I don't want to be seen in this death trap. Now this movie definitely has moments that could be cut out or just shortened because they are so long for like no reason. So a lot of my clips will be played in 2x speed just because this movie moves so slow. It's literally an hour and 20 minutes and probably at least 40 minutes of it is just them slowly panning away to something that doesn't matter. Like for an example, we do not need to see her arriving at school, walking into school, and her getting to school all in one shot. When she does eventually get to school, she meets back up with one of her friends, and then her friend is just kind of like, no, I kind of hate you and I don't want to be friends. Here's our little friendship bracelet back. And this makes Dixie very upset. She ends up backing up into what I assume is dog poop. I don't know, her little skirt is so short, that might be her poop. There are 2 main things that this movie continues to do, and that is abrupt cuts and of course the long scenes that don't matter. We are then abruptly cutted to a library where Dixie is making these googly eyes at a boy and then like drawing hearts in a little notebook. Got a crush on this guy, just know that. Then out of nowhere comes the classic high school bully popular girl and her little minion, and they're just like calling her zombie, being like, he's never gonna love you, you dress weird, you're goth. They literally are like, do you own anything other than black? She's not really wearing all black. Like yes, she's goth, but she's not like the classic goth style. Dixie is so worked up over this. She's like, I can't have the man, I can't have anything. And she just full on assaults her bully. She punches her in the face and then just walks away. walks away, fully assaults someone, and then just walks away unbothered. I assume that she gets suspended for this because they just kind of jump back to her being home with like a letter. She's kind of like, oh, this is the third one. I'm sure my dad's gonna love me for this. I'm sure in real time that would have resulted in juvie, because like you full on like sucker punched this girl. She's even like in a daze after it. She fell back in her chair and everything. Are you happy by the fish? Is this what you guys wanted? You like the fish? Jingle jingle. Jingle jingle, keep your attention. Anyways, she even like doesn't, she's not bothered by any of this. She makes fun of the situation by asking her dad to have a smile on his face whenever she hands over the letter saying, hey dad, I fully assaulted someone at school today and I'm not allowed in.
Okay, try smiling about this note from school.
Oh.
He just kind of sighs in disappointment, chases her up the stairs. Okay. Walks up the stairs after her because she's so upset. She's so sad. She's like, they made me do it. It's not my fault, Dad. It's just a phase. She goes to her room. She turns up her loud music and all that, you know, classic I'm upset teen. And her dad is like trying to comfort her. He doesn't really do a good job of it. He's literally like pointing out, I'm sure, every single thought that she's already had.
Just like your peers, right?
Yes!
The whole world abhors you.
Shut the hell up, bitch.
Being like, and just everyone hates you, don't they? And she's just having like a full-on cry session. But I can't get over the cry scene. Like, just listen to the actor. And like, she's doing all that without a single tear. I guess tears weren't in the budget. She talks about in this moment how she doesn't have any friends and it's really upsetting her. She's getting bullied and stuff at school, all while at the same time just getting full-on up the skirt shots.
You hate me too. That's why I don't have any friends.
What about Julia?
I get it, the leggings line up with the color to where it would be like kind of like a pink or yellowy color underneath the skirt, but it's I just wish they would have made it purple, the same color as the skirt, because I feel like I'm just looking up at some cheeks right now. Like, it's a very sentimental moment, but I'm just got going on down there, girl. Anyways, he's like, you should like invite someone to come over to the fair with them with these 2 tickets that I still haven't given you. And she's still just like, I don't have any friends. No one will go with me. And her dad's like, I'll go with you.
If we go together. Just the 2 of us.
And we jump right over to the fair for a very long overpass cut of just the fair, and it goes on for way too long, and you're like, I get it, it's a fair, they're all having fun, and then you see all the people and they're just like hamburger shaped. Whoever the model design character for this was, like, they were hungry on the clock. Their bodies look like hamburgers. It's either that or they're just absolutely caked out on the bottom. The dad continues to be a wannabe motivational speaker. I don't know, like, I get what he's trying to say, but like the point isn't really there. He eventually just kind of interrupts himself being like, I want a hot dog. Yum yum.
Aha. Yum yum.
While her dad is away getting these yum yum hot dogs, little Miss Pitch Perfect shows up and is like, hey, I'm so sorry for everything that happened. You should come to the fun house with me. And I just can't stop looking at her little minion's belly. Like, I want to pull down that shirt so bad. Let me pull it down, please. Her dad comes back over, like shoving a whole hot dog in his mouth, just being like, all right, have fun with your bullies. Is she gonna make it out alive? While in the mirror maze that they go into, she has a full-on like panic attack as soon as they get in there. I don't know if they don't have any mirrors at home. Like, it's like immediate. She's just like, what is this? What is this creature, dude? While she's freaking out, the bullies pretty much push her over to where I guess they knew that they were there, but that her best friend and the boy that she likes is like pretty much like low-key kind of macking out right now. Like, and this of course really upsets her because that's her best friend who just left her pretty much for the boy that she likes. It's pretty brutal what they put her through, not gonna lie. Like, early 2000s hate is going on in this movie. It came out in 2012. You can tell. So I fully understand like the emotions that she's got going on there. I don't understand just her immediately taking it out on her dad. Like, my God, he's at least trying. He's trying to make everything good for his daughter, and she's just like, I hate everyone.
Dixie, what happened?
Go away! Mom left because she couldn't stand you. I'm like the village idiot thanks to you.
Dixie.
I hate everyone. I'm actually gonna go run out into the street Yeah, she runs out into the street and almost gets hit by 2 cars. Yeah, she pretty much gets like sideswiped by 2 cars and decides that running into the forest is the best decision. I'm starting to see a trend with these movies, guys. Dixie then begins down her spiral being like, I hate everyone. I hate the world. I wish I would just die. And then she gets hit by a tree that fell down and she does die.
I hate this world. Dixie! I hate all of you. I wish I was dead.
What the heck, man? I get it's a kid's movie, but like, read the room? Like, I don't know. I guess she's okay because then we get a shot of her waking up in a cemetery. She's very confused. She gets out. She's like, what happened? She trips over her own tombstone, realizing that she's dead. She's dead. She died at 13. She then suddenly hears this bell and there's a mysterious figure just kind of ringing a bell somewhere, and this freaks her out. The person ringing the bell eventually chases her down. She tries to get out of the cemetery and the person's like, no, you can't leave. And then just suddenly like these giant wolf things just kind of attack her. There's plenty of ample time to where she could get away, and they're just kind of like sitting there like emoting, just, you gotta do it. And the mysterious figure from the back is just like, you gotta run away. What are you waiting for? And like the like beasts are like chasing her, and they get kind of like thrown back. I guess there's a barrier over the cemetery that they can't get into. And the mysterious figure is just kind of like, yo, dog, come check this out. It's almost like you slammed a door in their face. And they just kind of give up and walk away. And they're like, oh, darn, can't get in. I gotta get out of here, dude. And the mysterious figure finally starts explaining things after she almost dies. She's like, oh, those are dark angels, actually. And they capture zombies whenever they wander too far away from their cemeteries, and they're taken to this big scary lady. I'ma call her Lady Dimitrescu. Now, I can't focus on any of this information whenever it's coming in. They paid so much money for this dude's animation, and they want you to know it. You can hear his armor clinking together, and that is my ADHD. That is all I can focus on. It's just like the.
Aw, don't worry. Dark angels are incapable of entering the holy graveyards.
Now Dixie is confused. She's like, there's no way zombies exist. What do you mean? I'm just gonna say, girl, you've been awake for at least a minute at this point. You almost died and you haven't looked down and realized that your whole arm is just bone? The mysterious figure then introduces herself, taking off her hood. Her name is Isis. Bruh. And she is a Egyptian mummy. She then goes on to say how she desperately needs a bath, but then explains that, oh no, I can't though, because water, fire, and sunlight kill zombies.
My name is Isis.
Wow.
I know. I could use a good bath. It's such a shame that water destroys zombies. But how would you know that? You're new!
It seems like this would be like a really big focal point of the movie, but they spend over half of this movie in like the daytime. But then Isis explains that since the food shortage, everyone was like migrating away, and then they got like caught by the big scary lady to be a part of her army. She also says that apparently there are mortals in this realm of wherever they are. I assume that it's like kind of like a purgatory because it doesn't look like the overworld, like the normal world, because we never really learn what's going on with everyone else, like her dad or like anything. I don't know. But Isis goes on this really long tangent about how they can be best friends forever and how she's never really had a friend. And Dixie is just scared for her life. Dixie continues to try to leave the cemetery, which like, girl, have you not learned your lesson? You saw the giant wolf dudes out there. Unless you like it. Dixie continues on with their pity party. She's like, I just want to go home. I want to go home to my dad. I don't want to be a zombie.
I don't want to be a zombie!
And Isis brings up that you can't go back to the normal world. And then they're interrupted by another zombie. Her name is way too hard for me to pronounce, so I'm just going to call her Axe, because she has a giant axe in the middle of her forehead. The Azoth. By another abrupt cut, it is now even darker night, and they go into this little tomb where they find a bunch of like hieroglyphics. And they're just like, the prophecy of a new zombie that will come in with the Azoth. And we can all go home to the normal world. To the normal world to finish our unknown business. They're like, you have it, don't you? She does have it. It's in her belt.
Do you have the Azoth?
It makes this giant showing of power, being like, oh yes, I'm the all magical heart thing, Crystal. And Dixie's just like, no, it doesn't have any magical power. It's actually just a pendant that my mother gave me. But the other two zombies just kind of do this like chanting, and I'm just like, I'd be over there just like,
There's a solution, don't despair, for the road back home is far but fair, yo! Do you know its secret?
because they're not really saying anything. The axe zombie just kind of tries to take it from her. We can go find this man in the woods that knows everything about it, and we can understand what's happening and what to use it for and stuff. For someone who thought it was just a trinket, she sure does keep a really tight hold on it. I just really wish that it would have been like, I don't know, maybe a necklace or something. They keep it right where that little the belt. Okay, it looks like they're going for her crotch. Okay,
A charm? Give it to me. Maybe I can make it. No!
they're really wanting some of that thing. We then cut over to Lady Dimitrescu, and she's just continuing to talk about her plants for way too long.
Bonsai are very delicate plants. The bonsai's beauty lies in its perfection.
I just really like just her figure. I want to grab her by the waist and just like shake her like a shake weight. Dude, I could just get you, girl. Now this is the big lady who's been taking all the other zombies for her big army. I fully believe that this movie is just someone figuring out how to do like the boom, wah, big zooms and just being like, yeah, I'm gonna show off all of my hard work on learning how to do this. Any of the cuts that you see, it's not by me. This is how the movie is. Because they fully like, they want you to see every single angle of every single character and how they got to from point A to point B. We find out that this big dark angel dude, like this big brute, he doesn't have any speaking lines, and we never hear anything from him besides just being like, whew. They pretty much like bring in like more zombies. They're literally just skeletons. I know they're trying to not have to design more zombies, so they just put cute little hats on them, dude. Why be a main character when you can have a tiny little hat for the win? It's in this moment that Lady Dimitrescu is just like, yes, more vessels, more subjects. Go extract their thoughts. Why? They never explain it. They're just like, you know what? They don't need brain cells. I'm sure they don't have a brain anymore because they're skeletons, but go get rid of those thoughts. I need mindless zombies. There's so much that could just be cut out. We get to see the entire process of them cutting out their thoughts. The point of them walking from one point to the lever, around the lever, lining up, pulling the lever, and then being like, I'm gonna go put this guy in a little cage. We cut back over to Dixie once again trying to escape the cemetery, which she doesn't get far. She immediately gets caught by ISIS. And she's just like, no. If you're gonna go, you have to take me with you because of all these big bag dark angel dudes, and you're gonna get kidnapped. We should go find the dude who knows everything about your little amulet so we can go back to the overworld, or at least you. Now, for this whole scene of them going through the forest, I want you to just guess on how long they are realistically, in the movie, how long it takes them to get through this forest to where they need to go. Is it A, 5 minutes? B, like 2 seconds, because it's a movie, they can just cut it, right? Or C, 10 minutes. Take your guesses, we'll come back to this. For someone who really wanted friends earlier in the movie to the point where she died, she's really rude to ISIS and being like, this is why we're not friends and blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't really need your help.
Fine. But keep your distance and remember, I'm not your friend.
You won't regret it.
And Dixie just kind of ignores her and it's like, oh, look at this big old berry bush. And in the bush is like one of those like big wolf dudes just being like, hey. She turns for ISIS and she's just kind of like, she's gone. She's like, you know what? We're not friends. Dixie gets chased all the way through the forest, like halfway through it, and she like almost falls off this cliff. She's like, oh my god, I'm shaking in the knees, I'm about to die. And then suddenly there's just a bandage that falls down and Isis is on top of that little cliff above her. She's like, come on, let's go. I believe this is full premeditative murder.
Go kill yourself. Go sit.
Because she already had that rock tied. She was ready to go and she pushes it off and she just kills these two dark angel dudes. She knew ahead of time. She's like, I'm gonna get out of here. Dixie doesn't even say thank you. She's like, you know what? You should have let them nail me.
You should have let them nail me.
We then get to see this beautiful animation that they paid for again. And I gotta say, if they're supposed to be chasing the girls, they're not gonna be able to find them if they keep on coming to check in with Lady Dimitrescu. And then we jump right back to the to the two girls. What I want to know is I want to know like what she is. Like, is she a zombie? Is she some kind of wizard? She's the only one that we will ever see that has like any kind of these like magical powers. We then proceed to get another scene explaining what the heart in her crotch does with, you know, just the best angles ever. Isis explains, that zombies are here because they have unfinished business, which is just like, that's just a ghost, dude. Does that mean everyone's a zombie in this world? They leave behind their little fireplace, and of course this dude is real mad because he was playing on his Xbox for too long and he didn't catch it. Meanwhile, it's night again, and Dixie and Isis are having this cute little moment being like, oh, we're like bread and butter, we're best friends, we'll always be together. And Dixie gives her like the same friendship bracelet because that worked out so well. Isis is so codependent, it's crazy. They make it out of the forest. Do you remember your answer? Which one did you pick? It was 10 minutes. That's the answer. 10 real long minutes of this movie was them messing around in this forest. They make it to this like farm place and they're just kind of like, oh, we don't want to be jump scared by all these mortals. Like, we gotta be quiet. Okay, let's go in. Just like as loud as they can be. But there's this weird like entity in the background. He just completely like jump scares them with a flamethrower. Yeah! If you remember, they die by fire. Now, they had previously shown like how long this driveway was. They were chased all the way down this driveway at least like 6 times. They would have made it to that house like 4 times. And I don't know if it's because of the pumpkin on the head, but I just absolutely cannot understand a single word that this dude is saying. Like, there's a couple words, like I know he says cockroach, but like am I crazy? Like, here, like,
It has escaped from me. I am hungrier than a stinking cannibal. So, get over here, you filthy cockroaches.
what they eventually like hide in the basement underneath the house, and Isis's bandages like leave a trail, and the scarecrow dude is just like, it's like a bomb. But Dixie just kind of like spawns in some scissors and they're like, let's cut it and get out the window. So they do, and then they sneak up behind him, and Dixie continues her homicidal tendencies by hitting him in the back of the head with a shovel. She hits him in the head with a shovel. They fully, like, they tie him up. They're, like, interrogating him. They're practically waterboarding him with pepper. And they're like, why are you here? This is his house, dude. Y'all showed up here. He was here first. And you have the audacity to be like, why are you here? He explains that he is hiding from the Dark Angels because, you know, he's a zombie and he doesn't want to become part of the army. And he only attacked them because he thought that they were coming to get him. And Dixie just kind of like, oh, really? What's your name, by the way? Oh, Gunner? You should come with us. Isis is completely shocked by this. She's like, this dude had a flamethrower trying to actually kill us, and you want him to just come with us? Iris completely tries to like get her to be on her side. She's like, he's a pirate. He can't be trusted. He's a boy. He's dirty. She says like the rudest thing. She's like, oh, he's a redhead. He's crazy. Isis eventually gives in because, I don't know. We eventually find out that he has a boat. They all go to a boat because, you know, he's a pirate. Why not? He has a boat. And this is where the flirting begins. Iris is just defending like her love for Dixie like so hard. She's hating on Gunner so much. We get another really long scene of them like floating off on their boat.
Drop the act. You're no poet.
For way too long. We are in the tunnel of love, and Gunner is telling his entire backstory, and Dixie is just like, and Isis is just like fully like calling her bullshit, just like right in front of her face. Like, she's right there, and she's like talking about it as if she's not right there.
Like it, He's got some nerve.
And Dixie just looks so amused. Isis even throws up over the boat because she knows she just can't handle this moment. They eventually make it to this graveyard after having like a kind of cute moment where Gunner teaches her how to sail. And they're like, yeah, it's time to go to bed. We gotta have some alone time. Gunner is fully trying to get Isis away from Dixie so he can have some alone time with her. They eventually like talk it up some, and then her little belt comes up and she's like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. And then they just kiss. They just start making out. She's known this man for what, 20 minutes? Maybe? Less than 20 minutes in the movie, so even worse. Some time passes, it's daytime, and Gunner's missing, and so is the crotch heart. And this is a message all to you ladies. Don't let a man hit it and then just let him take your little crotch heart. It's not worth it. especially one that you've known for 20 minutes. Dixie continues her hate train and is just telling Iris, like, you don't even know where we're going, and then she just kind of runs in a direction, just being like, I hate you. And then, of course, another storm starts and she falls off a cliff and just like turns into like Lego pieces. We cut back over to Isis, who is like crying over, you know, her girlfriend just broke up with her. She's very upset. But then she sees Gunnar. He's just kind of like pacing back and forth on the outside of this cave. And she realizes in this moment she can finish him off. She starts like throwing rocks at him, like calling him rude names and stuff. She even chases him up a wall, being like, and then eventually like the Dark Angels come. So he's like, no. I've been trying to save her. What are you talking about? And I guess so Gunnar is like the only one that understands what the Dark Angels are saying pretty much. He's just kind of like, yeah guys, I've got the crotch heart.
Stop your shouting! Or you stir up all the bats! No worries, I have it.
And he's just kind of like, no, the girl got away. They all kind of walk away. She tries to get away, and they're just like, oh, there she is. She's right there. So Isis takes the place of pretending to be Dixie. We then cut over to Gunnar talking with the axe zombie, and I guess just they're dating. It's a thing, and he's like, look, babe, I got the crotch heart you've always been wanting. And then they just go up to Lady Dimitrescu being like, look, it was just for you this whole time. We got it for you, dude. And then they like pull in with Isis in the box.
Can't you see I don't fit?
And she's just kind of like, oh, just go make a bath with her blood for me. That will be great. And they just go straight to it. We jump over to Lady Dimitrescu trying to open up a portal. We get to see this, and we get to see every single inch of them doing it. And this all happens within the span of like maybe 2 minutes, and they jump between this and whenever Dixie is on the floor in that little ravine, and just like this like hippie dude on a motorcycle just kind of comes out of nowhere. He's like, whoa, girl, what happened to you?
Leave me alone.
You seem kinda scattered, little cat.
He just kind of picks up her pieces and he takes her back to his place, like all while at the same time while they're like opening up this portal and stuff. And then I guess just with like her lightning power, she makes even more zombies to like go put through the portal. They've got even more cool hats. Eventually Dixie gets put back together and they're just kind of like, oh, we need to find everyone. We need to stop the portal and stuff. We have until daybreak until they do it. They're already doing it. It's too late. Catch up. I think the character is supposed to kind of be like her dad, because he kind of says the same things that he does. And through his riddles that he says, they figure out that they need to go back to the fairgrounds to figure out where like Lady Dimitrescu and Axe are all hanging out at. Which, how do you suddenly know the layout of this place? I thought you needed someone's help to guide you and all that. No, you're like, it's over there. So they pack up in his little motorcycle, and for 45 seconds of on-screen time, we see them drive through the forest, every single possible angle of them going to the other side. That's almost a full minute. Like, don't waste my time. They immediately get up in there, and the place that she has to go into is the same mirror maze where she had all that trauma happen, and she remembers it so quick. She's like, no. In the stress of all of it, she backs up into like this mirror and it breaks. It's just a tunnel. Oh, convenient. That's where everyone is. They're down that tunnel. Eventually, Gunnar just kind of turns on everyone. He takes ample time killing everyone, giving them plenty of time to like where he could have died, but it feels like he can't lose. It's because he was trying to save Isis. It's in that moment that Axe comes along being like, why were you trying to save her? And she's just pretty much like, you're messing around with her, aren't you? And she like takes her axe out of her head and like starts like chopping things around him and everything. That's whenever Dixie comes down there and she says this about it.
Booty crook.
At this point, she still thinks he's a traitor. And then Axe asks him like, hey, why do you want her? Why do you like her? Why did you save her? And this is what he says.
She's hot.
And you know, this is all it takes for Dixie to be convinced, you know, he's not that bad of a guy. He's actually great. He thinks I'm hot. She eventually tips over Axe. She falls into this water fountain and she just disintegrates. It is the most brutal thing we will see in this movie. Like, geez. And just like that, they're just kissing again. It's great, you know? Then the moment that Lady Dimitrescu realizes that they shouldn't have been gone that long, she goes looking, and they're like, yeah, she's gone! She walks away at the perfect time, and they steal the heart back. They eventually find her, like, where Isis was in this box, and they have, like, this weird moment of, like, trade-off, being like, give me the crotch heart for your friend. And it does, like, kind of work. She flings her back up onto the rock, being like, okay, now give me the rock. She, like, is, like, hanged over the lava and stuff. And I don't know, it's not really explained if, like, she can, like, control the heart or anything. But, like, it has, like, this big ol', like, magical moment stuff. And it's, like, it's genuinely, like, what is going on? And a portal opens beneath her, and I guess she falls into it. It was all a dream. She wakes up underneath the tree and is like, oh, Dad, I love you so much. I'm so sorry. Meanwhile, while her dad is completely caked up, and we get this whole montage of her being like, I don't know if it was real, but I think my attitude is the real issue. But why not try to make things better? You would think that the movie would end here, right? No. It like turns to black again, and then she's in a history room learning about the Egyptian friend. They were real. They were real. They were real people. And she later Googles Gunner, you know, her boyfriend, and she's like, they cut to her and her dad like going to the graveyard to go visit them and being like, I don't know if they were real or not. And she like spreads a bunch of flowers, and it just ends like that. Like, it's the good like dream thing. It's a good trope when it's done right. People love and hate it, mostly hate it, but I hated it here because, like, it's not even done right. I don't know, it's supposed to be this, like, sentimental moment in the movie, but I'm just so confused. There are so many questions left open, there are so many plot holes, so many things that were said for just no reason. I cut out, like, a lot of long clips. Now, the movie did come out in 2012, so I can't really hate on the animation. It's definitely of the time. There were a couple mistakes, like a lot of the things weren't textured, like the grass, and like just the face lines made a lot of the characters look a lot older than they were supposed to. Yeah, no, a lot of my clips are played back in like 2x speed. It is even more awkward than what I showed. Dog wants in, dude. Hi, Dookie. I don't know. I gotta take a second to say thank you guys for watching my video, showing all the support and stuff. I am trying to do a video like every 2 weeks, just the way my schedule works. I am trying to do more. I am kind of running out of ideas after this one, so put them down there and what you'd like me to commentate over. You see the new background? Do you like it? Do you like it? You better like it. It took me hours. I don't know. Thanks for watching. Bye.